because it came out of my face. What? A raider! Let's go! Assaltante Oso! That bear you all know. Out of hibernation to entertain Raider Nation. What? No, not doing it again. So much discuss. So much. Again imitated, but duplicated. That bull with no hair. That shouts like Ric Flair. Woo! The Raider Bear! A raider! No, that's enough. That's enough. A raider! Everybody's famous for something. What's up, fam? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you all tuning in for Raider Bear family page. And before I even take one step forward into the rest of this show, don't forget to check out Raider Bear Family's new headquarters store. It's right here on Raider Bear family page. For some reason, I had it pinned and then it unpinned, and I'm trying to pin it and it won't pin. So you might have to scroll down my page a little bit, but it's there, I assure you, and it's awesome. Tradish! Raider Bear Live. First comment, MVP tonight goes to that 5-emoji making 2-time champion son of a gun. Woo! Mark Vargas. I know the world is spinning normally and that everything is fine when Mark wins the gold. If he doesn't win the gold, I like panic. Something's wrong. Russia's firing the nukes. Second place, my silver medal goes to, oh, nice, Bob. I mean, really, Casey. Standard. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Hi, Casey. Hi, kitties. Welcome to the show. Third place, my bronze medal goes to, oh, I love it when he wins because I get to bring out the weaponry. DPC, David Pell, Kalima. With the Bear Vereen. That's right. I went full Bear Vereen on you guys. Honorable mention to S.A. Big Dog and John the Lion Leon. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Always there for Raider Bear. Facebook. Numero uno el jefe, the champ tonight. My personal security, Big Joe Holman. Joe, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. From one Joe to another. Second place, my silver medal in Facebook goes to Jim Garrison. Jim G, sup, brother? Welcome to the show. Always there for Raider Bear. Third place, my bronze medal in the Facebook category, or the Book of Face, as a guy said the other day. I swear, a guy said, is that what you do, huh, with your time in the Book of Face? I literally started crying. I laughed so hard. Well, wait a minute. Wait, did you say the Book of Face? That one just broke me. Third place, Chris Strong. Let's go, Chris. We got to get in the gym, brother, all day, every day. Well, 3 days a week for me now. I can't go every day anymore. It's just too much to do, and it beats on me too much. My son's been going like every day, and he's already caught me. His chest is popping out, and he's getting his guns. So real proud of him for that. Erman Ray Gonzalez, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Eric Bell, I see you there. Mike Brown. Appreciate the love on the stars, Mike. And guys, remember that stars contribute to the show go greatly with things that we work with literally every day. First of all, it helps me with my lighting. It helps me with cameras. It helps me with decor and all those other things, programs and so on. But it also helps me mainly with charities that Mama Bear and I have been working with all over the world for years now. And we're really excited because we've really started to get a foothold now here in Arizona, because it's like they have all these, it's harder than California. Arizona just has a lot of rules that they want you to prove that I'm not trying to make money. You know what I mean? That this is me trying to help, you know, the Salvation Army, the Red Cross and so on. And when you come in, they act like you're a spy. I had to do a background check and all this, but it all finally happened. You know, Jim, the game is terrible. I was watching it too, but didn't you notice that the Chiefs could not get any pressure on the Chargers quarterback, even when they blitzed? If you go back, if you can rewind it, I have it on DVR. Most of us have it on DVR, but there were at least, I would say, 4 or 5 plays from quarter 1 to quarter 2 where the Chiefs got frustrated, and they would bring a safety up to be the extra man and blitz off the edge, sometimes up the middle, and they picked it up every time. And even when they didn't really pick it up well and everything was covered, the Chargers quarterback scrambled for 7 yards. So the Chiefs defense looks real suspect to me. Do you think there's any bad blood between Cooper and Davis? It almost seems like Cooper was trying to sabotage us. Joe, you know, until I hear a better story, I'm going to give you the one that I've heard that I think it is. Okay. Now, I don't know if you remember correctly, but it was a few years ago. It was like 5, 6 years ago, maybe a year or two longer than that. I'm not completely positive. I apologize, but you'll know the story when I bring it up. Rich Gannon was offered a job by the Raiders. He came in, met the players, saw the facility. He loved it. He said, put me in. He signs a contract, and then he got on a plane, talked to his wife, and then he called the Raiders from the plane and said, I quit. And because he realized how many total hours it was going to be. And his wife was like, do you realize you're going to have to get up at 3 a.m. and fly and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, okay, guys, I'm having second thoughts about this job opportunity. And I think that's kind of what happened with Amari Cooper too. I think that he in his own mind thought, I want to keep playing. Okay, I don't like the way this last team said I don't have it anymore. So I'm going to go out there in free agency, what I can find. Well, nobody called but the Raiders. That's what we're finding out now. You may not have heard this yet because it's not out there with the regular news spin with normal reporters. But I can tell you, I know for a fact that he went in there with the attitude of, I'm going to play. I want to get another check. You know, I want to prove I can still play. And then when he got out on the field and he had his jersey and he was doing warmups, and, you know, our new coach went by him and said, hey, you know, I hope you're feeling good. You know, we're excited to have you here, and walks away. And Amari just went, no mas, and stepped out of the ring, full Roberto Duran style. He just said, I don't want it. I thought I did. I'm tired. I'm older. I'm feeling things. I'm ready to go. And I think that's just a product of, you see that with some guys. Some guys in the NFL, they say, I'm done. That's it. Because they don't want to go through the aches and pains anymore. They don't want to go through taking the pills and the shots and all that other stuff that they would have to do. And I just think he felt that and walked away. It can't be about money. It can't be about how many plays he would get or anything like that. I think he just flat out said, I was wrong. I really thought I had more time in me. I really thought I wanted to come out here and be a part of the grind, and I don't. And he quit. Now, the reason I'm still mad about it is because that's childish stuff. It's incredibly childish. I have no patience for it. If you come in and you say, I want to be here, and you do the press and you get the contract, you sign on the dotted line, and then you decide you don't want to do it anymore. See, I don't understand that. When we were at the press conference, that's where you should have announced that, not sign the contract. And it's not about money. He's not getting any money. Okay. You guys should understand. He's not going to get any money. The Raiders aren't going to be hamstrung to pay him anything. So it's not about the money. It's just about the fact that he held up what we were doing, because once we signed him, we took wide receiver out of our plans, because with him, Jacoby Meyer, Dante Thornton, and then whatever mixture of little small wide receivers we would have in that 3-slot wide receiver spot would have been plenty effective. Amari underneath, Jacoby underneath, sometimes long, Dante Thornton taking the top off with his great speed, etc. 2 tight ends that both have the pedigree to go all pro. One already has in Brock Bowers and the other one in Michael Mayer. We have a scary offense if he stays, but he didn't. I don't know how he saw that and didn't want that opportunity, because he was going to be open constantly, because you have to guard all those other young established guys and just hope that he just doesn't have much left in the tank, which apparently he doesn't. George Prieto, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Always there for Raider Bear. Jesse Parker. What's up, JP? Yeah, Mark, the score shouldn't even be as close as it is. The Queefs snuck in a field goal late at the game because the Chargers made terrible decisions and poor clock management. They didn't tell their running back. They called the play, tell the running back to get down. Instead, you left it up to him to be smart enough to know what to do in that situation. And that's the mistake you made. So the running back takes the sweep, takes it all the way wide, sees tacklers, and goes out of bounds like any other running back would. But you stop the clock for a team that had no timeouts. You let them make 130-yard throw, and suddenly they're in field goal range, And then after that, the Chiefs went backwards on back-to-back plays. Both teams looked ridiculous and very beatable. I'm not putting that up to first game of the year jitters. These are veteran teams with veteran coaches. Okay. It's mostly the same nucleus for the Chiefs and for the Chargers. So why would I need to think or believe these announcers when they say, oh, these guys are a little rusty, it's the first game of the season, so they got to get their feet wet? BS. Put foots in that argument. My lovely wife and I agree on something about football. Whoa. Oh, I can't wait to hear this. If the Chargers can hold on, it is fun watching the Chiefs lose. Tim and Peggy, my new favorite married couple. Yes, Tim, that is very doable. You can both choose to hate that red son of a monkey and his goofy queef and his pencil thin. I'm not even going to start ripping his family, but his wife and his brother are so low hanging fruit. If you really wanted to blast Patrick Mahomes. What's up, Mr. Bear? It's been a minute since I've joined your live, right, Andy? How you doing, man? I love that profile picture. Looking good. Mark Vargas, the family is doing great. I appreciate you asking. There's still a lot of work to be done. You know what I mean? I have an older mom. My wife, Linda, she has an older mom. And, so it's a lot. We have to be a part of that. You know what I mean? Andy Garcia, I got to agree. I think there's a chance if you look past the Eagles, I forget who it was, but there's a chance the Chiefs could start 0-3. They have a little bit of a bumpy start. I am live, Andy Garcia. Well, okay, I'll go with your reasoning, but I'm older than you probably think I am. So I have old school values, and you don't give your word unless you think it through. That's the nice way of saying it. My way of saying it is that a Mitch donkey praying for Cooper to do part my language. No, it's no problem, Joe. And honestly, Joe, no, we're more in agreement than you realize. If you realize, remember, I said, but this guy's a veteran. He's a mature guy. You know what I mean? No matter how immature he may be. In other words, he's lived long enough to know even, better than to behave that way even if he is an immature guy, as far as business, he knows that hurts the team. You know what I mean? He knows that hurts us. You delayed our plans. So now we're in this hurricane of a spin to figure out, do we just move someone up from the practice squad, or do we go back out there in free agency and look for another wide receiver again? It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare filled with the Travis Shamockery. We did bring in wide receiver Justin Shorter already. I wanted to make sure I saw that. That will be the replacement for Amari Cooper. So it's not like we're, hurting there, because anyone you bring in to replace Amari Cooper is going to be an equivalency, because Amari Cooper's experience, his ability to catch and things like that, it's just deteriorated, and he struggled with it with us the first time around. So any warm body we bring in could probably do whatever he had left that he was going to give us. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Nice, Eric Bell. You going to the game? That's cool. Let's see, 27-21 Chargers. Oh, wait. 27-21 Chargers. Okay. That's getting close. Miguel Guerrero, what's up? Michael Guerrero. I said Miguel, my bad. Michael Guerrero, the Naked Raider, self-nicknamed. I just want to make sure no one thinks I gave him that name. Chiefs looked like doo-doo. Yeah, and I'm sorry, a team that's that veteran, that coach, they know what they're doing. I you know what I mean? I'm not chalking that up to being rusty. I'm not. You know what I mean? Also, Travis Kelce, we got all the way to halftime. I don't remember Travis Kelce making a single catch. If I remember correctly, when they went to halftime, I was still watching the game at halftime. When they went to halftime, I don't think he even had a catch. And if he did, it was non-impactful. Where's that guy? That guy is supposed to be their star, isn't he? He's no Brock Bowers. Oh, I sound like Dick Dastardly's dog now. Oh, whoever knows that reference, comment. Chiefs play the Eagles next. Yeah, that's going to be a beatdown, Tana. From what I'm seeing tonight, I expect the Eagles to beat them up. Sean Scott asks, "What's up, Bear? How's Arizona? I'm thinking about getting out of Cali." I'm going to be bluntly honest with you, Scott. It's hard because it's not like California. When it is hot out here, you can't go outside. And I mean that literally. You're in your house. You have to treat it almost like it's COVID, or like it's pouring out rain outside, and there's just no safe roads, and it's just better to just stay inside, make some hot chocolate, eat some crackers and chips, and play board games with your kids and your wife. It's that kind of Arizona when it's hot, and it's hot a lot. I would say 12 months in a year. I would say 4 months, 4 to 5 months out of the year, it's nuclear hot. And then they'll have a day or two mixed in between all of those months where it will be nice, and it'll be like 88 degrees and you can go out and it's no big deal. But it's hard. When it's hot, it's hard. Now, when it gets to the cooler part of the year, which we're approaching now, right toward the end of September, mid-September, it starts to come down into the 80s, and then it's just very nice. You get nice breezes, and it's warm. And I mean, and I'm talking to you like until like 2 a.m. It's incredible. It never gets cold. It will be like the other night I went out to the front yard because I heard something. I saw my clock. It was 2:30 in the morning, and it was 88 degrees outside. So, but beyond that, the food scene, the food is incredible. I was surprised. At first, I thought it sucked, but then once I got around to some of the different restaurants around here, the food's good. I'm glad Cooper retired as a Raider. Yeah, but Richard Silva, he should have just done that. He should have said to us, "Can I come back to retire?" I mean, what were we going to say? No. I mean, they would have let him do it. You know what I mean? It's not like he was a Raider for 2 minutes. They would have let him retire with us. I don't know why he went about it that way. Let's bring up number 4. He did well in the preseason. I know it's a different thing in regular season, but hey, we'll never know. Raiders. SA Big Dog, we do know. We had number 4 for 9 years. Why would it be different now? I know he's got talent. He would have weapons right away, but we've seen him for 9 years. I was shocked when the Derek Carr stuff started to come up. And I know it's probably just more fans, doing it, or a reporter here and there just trying to stir something to talk about. But no, especially no. More playing time for Jack Besh with Cooper gone. Well, Mike, that's a double-edged sword, because the reason why Besh was the backup is because he's been struggling with the playbook and read and sight recognition to see a defense, what they're running, and still be able to on the fly adjust his route, whichever way helps his quarterback. Show him your chest, get a ball, catch it for 7, and sit down. He's got to learn those things. It's not just run a route, make catch, run a route, make catch. It's not like that. Sometimes the defenses read exactly what you're doing, and you're running into a trap. And if you don't see that and stop, your quarterback will throw right into it. So you got to show him recognition, stop that half-cut quarters, running a 7, and bring it back to the quarterback. Show him your chest and give him a target, get him out of trouble. You know what I mean? But they'll understand that. They know Geno's our season. If you get Geno hurt, you know what I mean? It wouldn't matter who the backup was. That's why all this talk about whether it's AOC or Cam or the new guy, Mike Driscoll, and all these other guys. If we lose Geno, the season's over. This is my last word about Amari Pooper Scooper Cooper, as I like to name him, because I'm just pissed off. I know he's a trained that athlete, and I'm more than twice his age, but by his listed measurables, I got him by 4 inches and 40 pounds, and I love a shot at giving him talking to. Damn, Joe, you are pissed. I mean, don't get me wrong. It sucks. You know what I mean? I was mad, when I first heard about it. I'm over it. You know what I mean? I mean, in reality, what are you losing? You know what I mean? An elderly wide receiver who he himself thinks he's not good enough anymore. So, better that we went out, signed a guy, and, we looked that much better. Don't bring Cali Democrats to Arizona. Arizona has its freedom for a reason. John, man, you're rough. No politics, okay? Not to mention Arizona's already purple, and you know it. That was supposed to say, I know he's a trained athlete. I'm dictating. It doesn't always come through. Yes, I know. It's the fingers. Sometimes they move faster than what we're thinking. Chiefs lost. They suck. Well, were the Chargers really any better? I mean, going out of halftime, they mismanaged that incredibly to the point where they gave the Chiefs 3 points. You know what I mean? It was 3 plays in a row of screwing up. And then the Chiefs did it for 2 and drove themselves back to midfield and needed their misogynistic bigot kicker to make a play, and he did. I think he's stalking Shedrick Jackson, who wears number 4. Oh, okay. Well, before I apologize and backpedal, let me just say that the Derek Carr thing has been discussed. It has. I'm telling you, I've seen multiple articles. Hi, Rosanna Pucci. Welcome to the show. For anybody wanting Derek Carr to come back, the bottom line is he retired because he needed shoulder surgery. Didn't get the surgery, so he couldn't throw the damn ball no matter how many weapons he has. Yeah, he had something going on in there, but he chose to let it heal naturally. Yeah, no bueno. I'm agreeing. Shedrick Jackson, that's different. I would have thought about that. I don't mind that. Are we still doing the politics? Come on. You say definitely not, as though it's so much better to be a Republican. I'm not starting. What's up, Carl God? And Carlos is here. No more politics. Carlos is going to start burning people. Mike Brown! Appreciate the love on the stars. Anytime the Chiefs lose, it brings so much joy to my silver and black. Striped heart. That's right, Marvin. Speak to it. Eagles versus Cowboys. What did that player do to get ejected? He spit. It was Carter, the defensive tackle that the Raiders actually, the fan base wanted really bad. And we ended up dodging a bullet with Jalen Carter because he is a jerk. He's just not under control, actually really immature and does stupid stuff like that. Karina Trujillo! Much love, girl. I'm glad to hear you're feeling better. Sherry Abstender, Carr will be part of the organization in leadership capacity, I think. Great hair, honey. I would say this. With all respect to Derek, I don't know what that brings to us. In other words, I'm not questioning his football line or anything like that. I just don't know what it is I'm supposed to think Derek Carr is going to bring to the Raiders. You know what I mean? Like up here or here. I don't get it. Maybe talent acquisition or, you know, or I mean, do we really want him working with quarterbacks? You know what I mean? He wasn't a successful quarterback. You know what I mean? Did he put up a lot of yards? Of course. You know what I mean? Did he have a pretty good career? A 9-year run as a starting quarterback is a pretty good career. And he's not a Hall of Famer, but had he won at least one of the 2 times during his career that we went to the playoffs, had he won either one of those games, just one game, he probably would have qualified for the Hall of Fame. And not legitimately, you know, fans wouldn't believe he should be in there. But as far as the NFL itself and stats, they would have probably made an argument that he should be in there. I mean, Dan Fouts is in the Hall of Fame. I won't stop saying that until people understand what I'm trying to explain. If you'll let Dan Fouts in, you've already wrecked the Hall of Fame anyway. So who cares who you let in now? You know what I mean? I mean, I know the guy was decent, but he was nothing more than a big beer swilling quarterback for the Chargers that won nothing except in between the 20s, weekend after weekend. You know what I mean? Just like Derek Carr, just pudgier and ugly. Derek's a pretty decent looking guy. Dan Fouts was a beer belly chested, hairy son of a monkey. Tim Brown for president. I like that, Rosanna. I'd vote for him. I don't blame you, Carlos. People get too pissy. I mean, look, it's happening in my own comments. I mean, you know, people are just, they take it personal. It doesn't have anything to do with anything like that. You know, whether you comment about those kinds of things. I'm not talking about actual people. I'm talking about people in Washington and laws they do and things like that. You know what I mean? I'm talking about their party, not their voters. You know what I mean? I have lots of Republican friends. You know what I mean? I love Republicans and Democrats. You know what I mean? I don't have to choose sides. It's not a war, but that's what they want you to do. That's how people act now. You know what I mean? It's not a war. We're all friends. We're all Americans. You know what I mean? Let's not make it nasty. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be nasty. It already is way too nasty as it stands. There we go. Don't need Carr in any capacity. I don't think our offense will be an issue. And I think Gino will have a great season. I'm more worried about our defense. Sean, I feel the same way because I feel like our offensive line kind of came together. I think our offensive line is going to be better than people realize. And it didn't really show as a big deal in the playoffs, or excuse me, in the preseason because, you know, we were mixing and matching things and trying to let guys, you know, get opportunities. But in truth, once we sit down on the 53-man roster, which we've already done, and you look at the lineup of what we have on the offensive line, it's pretty good. It's pretty good with 2 backup guys that we got out of college that were highly sought after. And the other offensive lineman that Pete brought in, that guy named Forsyth that he brought in from the Seahawks. He's 6'6", 310 pounds. So not only is he huge, but he's lean. He's built a lot like Colton Miller, where instead of this huge belly, you know, beer belly monster, even though they have the weight, they have so much height that they can still move and they have a little bit of flexibility, athleticism. I love Forsyth. I thought that was a massive pickup. He plays right tackle primarily. So if we had a right tackle go down, you have a guy right there, you know what I mean, that can come right in and be good for us. Lexi Granada said H. Very insightful. What's up, Lexi? Welcome to the show. Truth. I'm telling you, Carlos, I don't make stuff up. I got to make one political comment, but I don't think you'll disagree. What do you call 1,000 a little bit of dead career politicians? The answer is a good start. It was never meant to be a career. Tom Shepard. I. What are we doing? Are you guys trying to spell something? That's right. And remember, SA Big Dog reminds you, if you care, you like and share a Raider Bear, especially on YouTube. It costs you nothing. Let me entertain you and then give me that like and that sub, please. Just do it now. All right. Now we're getting back to the Jacoby Myers thing because there was an interesting thing. Oh, you were saying hi. I like it. What's up, Ramiro? Maybe that's what Lexi was writing, was hi, and just the I didn't get picked up. I thought we were just putting letters. So it is a game. Herman Ray Gonzalez is in. Oh, I like it. Raiders. Oh, he almost had it. They got a couple of comments in and they interrupted your string, Herman. Nicely done. Mike Brown. Appreciate the love on the stars, brother. And guys, don't forget, check out my store before you jam away. And the show's over right here on Raider Bear Family page. I think I have it pinned now, but if I don't, just scroll down a little bit and you'll see it. And it's Raider Bear Family's new store, Linktree. You will love it. I have some of the best, coolest Raider stuff there is. More importantly, all in one place for you to shop. There's some discounted items on there too. I even got some of the really cool colorway lids like this one on there. I like my bill straight. I don't like it when people like do that whole like baseball thing where you curve it in so it blocks your eyes from the sun. I don't rock like that. I like nice straight bill. And yeah, and the cool thing is, once you get it, it's usually going to be gone. There's going to be times where I have products on there, they'll be discounted, and once it's gone, it's gone. I know the stone gray is on there, like this one. I don't think the purple's on there right now. I have the purple, but I don't think purple's on there right now. I'm pretty sure the what would you call this? Sky blue, baby blue, kind of taunt them Charger fans when we play them. Love that idea. That one's probably one of my favorites. And then this one I've got on Little Bear. That's the blueberry. Loving the blueberry. Whoa. Ah, Corinna, purple's your favorite color? My daughter, she loves purple. Her hair is purple right now. Ah, Tanamoku knows what's up. He saw the store. Yeah, it's nothing but love and respect, Carlos. Don't worry about that in my comments. We don't get mad. If anyone on here is mad or offended about anything that had anything to do with our conversation, stop. Just stop. We don't do that here. Okay? We don't leave angry feelings. We don't go in the comments and fight. Just, be cool. It's why my show's gone on for 10 years. I have a family-friendly audience. Everyone knows each other. So if we get new people, we always accept them in. You know what I'm saying? We don't make it about that. This is football. I see you, girl. I will see what I can do, which usually means I can do it. All right. So moving forward, I think that the fact that Travis Kelce married that Twiggy woman he was dating, I always forget her name, Taylor Swift. There's no way you could get me to believe that there's no distraction there. There's no way you could get me to believe that. All right, so looking at the offensive line, just real quick, Colton Miller, Dylan Parham, Jordan Meredith. So the left center, solid. Then you go to Jackson Powers Johnson with Alex Kappa backing him up at right guard. Then right tackle, the guy we've been talking about, the kid from Maryland. I loved him right when we signed him, DJ Glaze. And then right behind DJ Glaze is our new giant that we brought in from the Seattle Seahawks in Stone Forsythe. Then you go forward, tight end, you have Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer, and Ian Thomas. 3 guys that would start on almost any team, right down to Ian Thomas. Ian Thomas has been nice. He can step up and make blocks. He can go out and run patterns and catch balls. He has great hands. He's got good speed, very athletic build, almost like a basketball player with like 25 more pounds on him. Think like LeBron James. You know what I mean? He's not a huge guy, but he's a bodybuilder big. You know what I mean? And so he's very athletic, can run routes, good feet. And so we look incredible. Jacoby Myers backed up by Amari Cooper, who's no longer on the roster. We brought in, what was his name again? Justin Shorter would be there backing up Jacoby Myers. And then in that 3 slot, you have Trey Tucker and Jack Besh. Okay. I'm sorry. They had Dante Thornton first. He's on the other side. So they mix the list. So it would be Dante Thornton, Jacoby Myers with Amari Cooper backing him up. He's gone. Now we have the new kid, Trey Tucker and Jack Besh. And see Dante Thornton now, we don't really have a backup for him. So we probably need to make one more wide receiver move. At least it looks that way. Sean Scott, I appreciate the love, brother. And if I made a recommendation, I would say go for it. Everything's better out here. It really is. It's just cleaner. You know what I mean? There's just less issues in Arizona than I ever had in California. It's incredible. They give you amenities. It would take me too long to explain, but they give you amenities you wouldn't believe me if I told you. It's crazy. They're just really, they have a pretty good system out here in Arizona. Speaking of the Hall of Fame, unless they are playing the Raiders, I would like to see the Eagles win another Super Bowl, only because of Saquon Barkley. He's a Hall of Fame talent, but wasted 6 years of his career on the Giants. So he'll probably need one more ring to make it into the Hall. Oh, no way. No way. He's already in. Now he's already in, Peggy. I don't know if that's Peggy or Tim, but he's already in. With what he did that season, I mean, a lot of people credited him right when he came in the door for reinvigorating the Eagles to a Super Bowl champion. So he gets a lot of credit for that from their own team. So even if they don't win another one, he's Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer. Okay, Joe, I know exactly what he's going to do. They've had another press conference. They've already had another meeting. Jacoby Myers went to the Raiders and said, what are we going to do? And the Raiders said, nothing. We're not going to do anything. What you're going to do is go play football because you're under contract with the Raiders. And then once this season is over, we might talk to you or we might not. But you need to go put your helmet on and play football, employee. And from what I understand, it was that cold. They didn't act like embrace him and say, hey, you're a Raider for life, blah, blah. No. They said, this is business, and you went about it the wrong way, bringing the press into it. I realize you might be mad, and he has a reason to be mad. When you have a 3-year deal, you technically have a 2-year deal. Because when you get to the second year of that deal, you want to know that you have job security going beyond the final year. Because once you enter the final year, you technically have no team the second the season ends. You're off the roster. You don't have a contract. So, see, to me, when you're now at that point, which is where Jacoby Myers is, he's in the final year of his contract, and they're asking him to play through. That's a lot to ask, because if he gets hurt during the season, he only gets whatever money's owed to him this final season. Then trying to get a new job, he might get another job from another team after they see he hurt himself. But even if he does get another job with another team after hurting himself, they're going to lowball him because he hurt himself. It's just, and don't ask me how I know that. It's because that's how it works. Teams always look for a reason to say, hey, we want to give you $16 million a year, but we're going to give you 12 because we saw how you twisted your ankle and broke a bone in your foot, and we don't know if you still got it. So we got to know first. And then if you go out there and you give it to us for a year and we see you're good, we'll talk about a bonus. He said that's how you're supposed to do it. The Raiders didn't do that with Jacoby at all. They just said, go play. We'll talk when the season's over. Or maybe mid-year. Because if he has a great season and we get to mid-year and he's just killing it, 500 yards, 6 touchdowns. If he does something like that, you got to pay the man. You know what I mean? You got to pay the man. I don't think they want to, though. I think they want to get better than him. And I think he got that impression. That's why he wanted out. It's funny how the Patriots were picked by 3 points and then Cooper left, and now they're picked by 2.5. Raider Devillion said, I'm getting ready to see where our D line is really at. Well, the addition of Booker in the middle is huge because the Eagles did not want to lose him. They felt like he was a talent that really brought something to them. For whatever reason, he ended up in the exact same situation that Jakobi Meyers is in. He wanted a new contract. He wanted his respect. The Eagles said no, so he said bon voyage, you know. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, wait. No, there is a question. Bear, when are we going to discuss your favorite K-pop demon hunter? No. R8RBEAR. She's the anime person. I don't even know what that one is. I'm kidding. I know what it is, but I've never watched it or anything. Look at this. When are we going to discuss your favorite K-pop demon hunter? What is a K-pop demon hunter?
It's a show on Netflix. I haven't watched it, though.
That's the new one, right? That we were both throwing up through our face?
Yes.
Yeah, no. Not happening.
I would say probably the
boy band cartoon heroics.
The one with the black hair is probably my favorite one. Though.
Stop.
I don't know her name though.
I shouldn't have called you in here.
I like the hat though, the purple hat.
It would have matched you. Get in here. Look at that. With the Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty.
Love. You complete me.
It's like this.
There you are. Raider Nation. It's my girl. Not worried about the starters, but great pass rush is in waves. Our depth will be the ultimate determining factor. Well, I think you could say that about any team, though, Raider Devillion, because if you start to get injuries on your offensive line, that's going to hurt you no matter who you are. Having said that, I like what we have. I like the depth behind the guys we have. Let me go back to that real quick just for a second. So Charles Grant at left tackle, and Caleb Rogers at left guard. Both those guys can come in and do a good job. Then you have Will Putnam, okay, to back up at center with Jordan Meredith in case he struggles. You have Alex Kappa, a veteran who won a Super Bowl with Tom when he was with the Buccaneers. He would be backing up Jackson Powers Johnson. And then at right tackle, DJ Glaze, you have Stone Forsythe. So I think we have some depth there. I really do. I think that they addressed a lot of the problems we could have in that way. I heard there was no real interest from the rest of the league about Jakobi and that he would not be a one anywhere else. Okay, first, Matt, as always, great comment. Welcome to the show. Good to see you, brother. And I would say to you that that's absolutely correct. He's not a one anywhere else. He's a one with us because we had a hole at the one. But anywhere else, he would be projected as a two. And more importantly, I think the Raiders are kind of saying to him, even if you left, there's no team out there that's ready to throw crazy money at you. You're not an all-pro, all-star wide receiver. You're not that guy. You know what I mean? You're not Tyreek Hill. You know what I mean? You're not going to change anything. You're just a good wide receiver. Bear, what's key for the Raiders game on Sunday? Go Raiders. We've got to run the ball. We must score, and we must command field position. So they're going to do what they do, the Patriots. But the Patriots right now, we're catching them before they've been able to evolve to anything and really grow into what Mike Vrabel wants them to do. Mike Vrabel is a fantastic coach. But like any chef, if all I give you is top ramen, you can't give me back lobster. And that's the problem that's going on right now with the Patriots. They are bereft of talent. Look it up. Great word. But they just do not have a lot of talent, let alone talking about depth. They just don't have a lot of talent. So if you want to talk about depth charts, Raider Devillion, they're the ones that are really struggling there. And then the new quarterback, Drake May, I don't know what he's going to bring. You know what I mean? They're excited about him. I saw him play a little bit, but I don't think that's going to phase us. I don't see him suddenly throwing for 400, 300 yards. I don't see that. especially not against us. Can you guys hear that? I have like literally a party going on in the other room. My son's in town visiting. A couple of my neighbors are here and one of my daughter's friends. So it's like a packed house right on the other side of my little show here. Let's see. I wonder if McDaniels will face plant in the second half like anywhere else. No, with him back to offensive coordinator, he's not going to be making any decisions other than how the game is called. So it's going to be all up to Vrabel and whether or not he's willing to accept him as that. I don't know. Why does this feel so tight tonight? Ugh. That was just too tight. I still got to break that hat in. No. That was the original one I was wearing with the Las Vegas cactus. I love that. AFC champion. John Rogers Jr., what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Nathaniel Frank has 28-21 Raiders. Nathaniel, it shouldn't even be that close, in truth. I think it'll be something more like 28-17, 28-14, somewhere in that range. The Patriots don't have their offense figured out yet. They tend to try to methodical it down the field. They're not explosive. The running game is, they're still, there's a lot of building going on in New England with everything they're doing. So I'm not saying, we're so much more elite than they are, but I am saying we should beat them, but not just beat them. We should handle them. Even on the road, we should handle them. If we're legit, we shouldn't even be thinking about that. We have a better roster than they do. You match up their offense against ours, man to man. There's no contest. We are way better looking on paper than they are, period. So not only do we have the pressure of the fact that, we should win, even though we're on the road, we're a better team than they are, but we should win. I think it may be another cardiac kids. Our Raiders are always the cardiac kid making us have a stroke with close games, but we'll see. I did see that, Bob. He said Drake May said he's not worried about Max Crosby. I thought that was a pretty funny thing to say. I mean, even if it's true, why say it? I mean, what do you get from saying it? Did you just want the press hype? Did you just want people to think that you're not afraid of him or something? Because you should be. I'm sorry. I can tell you honestly, I'm not a professional athlete. I've never been a professional athlete, but I've worked with professional athletes. I've been a trainer for over 20 years and I've worked out very hard and I competed in many sports when I was younger. And I can tell you right now that every single time someone talked trash to me, it took my fear away. I no longer worried about whether I'd win or whether I'd be fast enough or strong enough. Once they started talking garbage to me, that clicks a switch in me. And now I'm like, okay, now I'm going to beat you. Now I don't care how good you are because you're getting that fire now. You know what I mean? And I get motivated. I'm telling you, I'm just one of those people. I'm weird like that. I don't need speeches. I don't need anyone to tell me how to do it. I don't need someone to give me a hug and say, go do it for me, Gipper. I don't need any of that. I'm old school. I used to put on a pair of headphones, and whenever I was going to compete, I would park somewhere. No matter where the facility was, I would park a block away, at least a block away, sometimes further. And then I would turn on almost like Rocky-like music, but in rap, things that get me fired up. And then I would walk to where I was going to go compete, and it would just get my heart racing, get my heart racing. You know what I mean? And I would just keep doing that until I got to the event, and then I won't lie, I was pretty good. So I crushed a lot of people because I just got into that. You know what I mean? All right, guys, I got to shut it up just a little bit early tonight. I'm the designated driver. A little help because I'm getting waved at here. So gotta keep it moving, keep it steady. Like and subscribe. Don't forget I'm on Patreon. For those of you who prefer to use Patreon to skip Facebook and Instagram completely, go to my Patreon, Raider Bear family page, check me out, support the Raider Bear. Lexi Granada! Oh, Lexi, that's sweet of you. I appreciate the love on the stars. All right, that's my show. Much love. Shout out to our armed forces. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Have a great weekend. We'll talk again soon. Raider Bear Family Page.